This Priorat is really pretty. I know, I just said pretty and Priorat in the same sentence. It's crazy. You know, everything that I have learned about Priorat, all the reading, talking to people, tasting and stuff, all my, you know, years at Sirius back, well, I shouldn't call the Blue Hill Wine Shop a Sirius wine shop, not in that way. Anyway, Priorat is supposed to be a big, dense, high alcohol, you know, like super, super extracted monster thing. And this from Fredi Torres is not. This is 13.5% alcohol. Look at this. I don't know if the color is coming through, but look at this color. It's very vivid. It looks very extracted. It's got great pigment to it. But this is 13.5% alcohol. This is Priorat that's pretty and fresh and drinkable. It's like no Priorat that I've experienced before. All, you know, in my wine world view, Priorat is this super dry, hot, little tiny place with steep mountainsides covered in shale that gets like, I don't know, like under 10 inches of rain a year, something like that. So all the wines from there are these huge, it's really hard to gesticulate with a baby and a wine glass in either hand. All the wines are these huge high alcohol, you know, beasts. And they're trophy wines, you know, that people have along with their magnums of Barolo and I don't know, their Screaming Eagle and their vintage Ferraris. It's for people that collect things that are supposed to be enjoyed, and then they just look at them and they don't enjoy them. They just look at them. They're like, look at what I've got. It's behind glass. It just makes me angry. Anyway, yeah. So putting all that aside, 2016 Fredi Torres Priorat Classic. It smells very juicy, but it is very fresh. It's very like fresh, vivid cherry. And dare I say it, pomegranate. Like pomegranate juice. It's very fruity. From reading about this online, this comes from granite and schist soils. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have read that. Maybe it predisposed me. But when I drink it, the finish, yeah, I know, yeah, the finish. The finish has this like real tightly wound, like hard granite quality to it. It reminds me of like serious old vine Gamay from Beaujolais that's grown on really like granite rich soil, or, and I'm a sucker for this, Menthia from Galicia, from like Ribera Sacra, or from Ribeiro, that has, you know, that's been grown on really, really granite rich soil. Like in my experience, in my mind, it gives the wines this like this focused, really tight mineral kind of component in the finish. Anyway, the texture is smooth. The fruit is really juicy. The tannins are certainly there, and they draw the finish out, but they're not like aggressive. They just contribute to the focus of the wine. They draw it together in a metaphorically physical, actual drawing together of all the flavors of the wines into the finish, focusing it. Like the opening of the wine is really just like juicy, fun fruit, like party in your mouth kind of thing, and then the tannins like focus the wine and pull it into the finish. Experientially. Geez, I don't know if that made any sense. That was some real wine wackiness that I got into there. Anyway, point is, this is delicious. This is very fun, fresh, like great presence, well balanced, Priorat that almost in a way reminds me of like substantial Pinot Noir, like the balance of fruit and like rock in it. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, this is not that expensive. This is like generally, I would say around 25, under $25 retail, which is a pretty great price for Priorat, particularly for one that is really well made, that's actually really enjoyable to drink now, that is, made from organically farmed vines, that's wild fermented, that Fredi Torres put a whole lot of attention and effort into. It's a really fun, like uplifting, but still like multi-layered, serious Priorat. So, if you run into this, definitely give it a try. And if you're watching this during the month of March in 2018, Fredi Torres is coming to visit at the very end of the month. So if you're around on the final Friday of this month, you should come visit him at Vessel and Vine up in Brunswick, because we're going to be hanging out, drinking a selection of his wines that he makes